Good evening. Good evening. Welcome. And thank you for coming out tonight to Arden's Garden, and welcome to those of you watching at home. We have a rare treat for you this evening. We're honored to have the ambassador of music, Mr. Bob Brozman.
Thank you very much. I feel quite a sense of freedom here in this room, and it's nice to see people who are alive out to hear live music. For those of you who don't know me, I'm kind of a guitar anthropologist. I've just visited 25 countries in the last 3 months. I work all over the world exploring the frontiers of music with the guitar. So I'm 50 years old. I'm very fit and feeling well. And I know that in order to play music properly, you have to be awake. So the way I'm going to do that for the next 3 minutes is with a piece of music from the island of Trinidad. And it allows me to move all my muscles a whole lot at the same time.
Down the road, mama, down the road. Tie up your dress and run down the road. Your children are hard and they do not feel. In the prison channel they are bound to heal. Down the road, mama, down the road. Tie up your dress and run down the road. Your children are hard and they do not feel. In the prison channel they bound to heal. Mama got the news and you know she went wild with excitement trying to protect her child. He was hard and they do not feel. In the prison channel they are bound to heal. Tommy King that made the attack, and Sims with a cutlass behind his back, apprehended immediately and taken to the Royal Constabulary. Tommy, you should bite your fingernail. You are well 6 months in the royal jail. You don't even wait to see carnival. Now they charge you habitual criminal. Down the road, mama, down the road. Tie up your dress and run down the road. In the heart and they do not fear. In the prison tunnel they bound. Somebody, I heard a voice calling from afar. Son, you did not listen to your mother. Don't cry too late to realize in that royal jail you will be penalized. And nowhere in a British territory can you commit violence so easily. And if they charge you with grand larceny, the full penalty is 10 years in custody. Mama got the news and she took it too hard. From her she suddenly did depart. Her action was true, she was as good as gold, but the children run her out of this world. Down the road, mama, down the road. Tie up your dress and run down the road. Your children are hard and they do not feel. In the prison channel they are bound. Your mama, they are bound. And they are bound to leave. Thank you.
Okay, I'm awake now. I started playing music when I was very, very young. Got a guitar when I was 5 years old. I had one lesson. I'm still having it. I change my strings before every show because I care. And I'm tuning them because you care. So I find my freedom in music because it's impossible to have privatized the space in between your ears. It belongs to you. So, in music, especially if you're a young person, I'm here to tell you, if you want to do something in music, you can do whatever you want. The people on MTV are not having more fun than you are. So having said all that, the first ethnic music I ever heard was Delta Blues, and it is a kind of improvised music. So for the rest of the show, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be improvising, which is a fancy word for living 1 second in the future. I'll see you back at the present during the break.
Well, I'm just like a rattlesnake. I sting every mare in this world. I'm just like a rattlesnake. I sting every mare in the world. I ain't never had one job in my life. I just keep on rolling through the world. You don't know, mama. You don't know my mind. You don't know, mama, love him, honey, you don't know mine. You can look at all my airplane tickets, but you never know where in the world I'm going. Have some fun. Well, I've been across the ocean so many times. I've been across the, mama, I've been across the deep blue sea. I've been across the ocean, honey, across the deep blue, mama, across the deep blue. But I ain't never found nobody in this world as sweet as my wife is with me. I throw your arms around me. Mama, like a circle all around the moon. I throw your arms around your honey. Mama, like a circle, honey, Lord, a circle around me. I throw your arms around me. A honey, like a circle all around the moon. Thank you.
Okay, now the guitar that you play with one finger that you can't bend. And by the way, I'm unplugged here. Everything you're hearing is a product of carbon-based life. Well, a lot of the music I play, as it turns out, is an accident of colonialism. Wherever colonialism went, the guitar went. And the local people often did very interesting things with it. I've been in some very old guitar colonies like Brazil, where they've been around for 500 years. My latest project involves village music from Papua New Guinea, where guitars have only been for 25 or 30 years. So the universal law of the guitar is this way is up, and this way is down. And you're never very far away from a good note as long as you've got a good attitude. So I'd like to play a little American colonial music. We've come a little later to the game of colonialism. We've updated it with hamburgers and other stuff like that. So let's see. Well, we don't really have that colony yet, do we? Oh, sorry. Can you still say stuff like that? Anyway, let's go back in time 100 years, okay? Out to the island of Hawaii. So we're going to turn on the Wayback Machine. Here we go. That's 66 years and 8 months. A million, a million, oh, oui. I she will look a honey la, ya, a million now, come on, I love me, yeah. A million, a million, I mean, yeah, so, I wanna love. A million, no, come on, love me, yeah. A million now, boy, in it on me, love me. I know you might, and the cup, you I know, yeah, so up, I wanna lie. A million now, boy, in it on me, love me, yeah. Thank you. This is what all the real tough guys are playing nowadays. And I know women will understand this before men, but men who have large vehicles with large stereo woofers and things like that, it's a compensation thing. Okay. Anyway, this is a Southern Hemisphere instrument, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you got to think fast around here. Yeah. Life is short. We got to move slowly. This is a charango from Bolivia. I'm going to use it to play some other kind of Southern Hemisphere music because, you probably know in the Southern Hemisphere the water goes down the drain the other way, but what you might not know is our own brain fluids circulate around the head 6 times a minute, and in the Southern Hemisphere they go the other way. That's why for the last, say, 2,000 years or so, the Northern Hemisphere has been so focused musically on marching, which today expresses itself as the polka and pop music and disco. And if you don't believe me, next time you're at the disco, just count to 4 in German. You're marching. So, I'm just one little guy fighting against billions of television sets with an opposite message, so I don't think I'm going to do much harm here. I fight back with music in 3, because if you're young, I'm here to tell you 3 is the new 2. You can't really march to war in 3. It would hurt. All right, so anyway, this is a little upside-down music for you now. A little composition of mine called Debussy in Madagascar. This takes the harmony of the French Impressionist composer and brings him on vacation to the Southern Hemisphere. Now, if you enjoy rhythm, you're going to really like this because this one goes by in 2 different tempos. It goes by in 2, and it also goes by in 3. Now, for you viewers at home, if that's giving you a headache, don't worry. That's just neurons looking around for new neurons to connect with. Here we go. And the thing is, when you're over 50 years old, you can say whatever you want, and you stop caring what people think. And you can start early. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I love about music. Every rhythm in this world is really only one, 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 one. It's your mind that puts it into groups. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 ding 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 oh whoa whoa 7 na money no no money no 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 ding dong da di da ba sa di da da wow da ba da ba di da ba di da 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 di da no 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 Thank you. All right, so the way I stay so young looking, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you I've got all my natural colors, all natural body parts, take no medications whatsoever except coffee, and I'm feeling pretty darn good. And I attribute it to vibrational therapy. So those small, high-pitched instruments, those high frequencies act like an ultrasound, and they basically burn out any resins and residues from the 60s and 70s that might interfere with my memory. And this instrument I designed and had constructed for me right here in California. It's a baritone guitar, so the neck is extra long, so I can tune it extra low. And this low frequency here, and again, I'm not plugged in. That one right there, 63 cycles per second. It corresponds exactly with the vibrational frequency of the cholesterol molecule. So it's good for your health. I'm going to take you on a little guitar anthropology tour because all around the world, the so-called European standard tuning really should be called the bizarre tuning because natives picked up the standard tuned guitar and strummed it and it sounded like this. Ouch. So as it turns out, the least number of turns of the least number of tuning pegs gets you here. And you find it everywhere, from Brazil to Mississippi to Papua New Guinea and everywhere in between. So I'm going to take you on a little tour. We'll start off with some old-time Hawaiian cowboy music, and then a little old-time South African Zulu cowboy music, and then some Madagascar cowboy music, and then we'll stop off in Calcutta, India, for a 12-bar blues. It's a little Zen thing called Come On Baby Don't You Wanna. And then we'll see where we go from there. People ask me why I've specialized in the music of islands and other small places. It's the low population, really. It takes a large amount of people to organize anything truly evil in this world, so. Mama, oh my, oh wait. Hey, you know, cowboy, ah, holy ho, my, holy ho, my. Hey, you know, cowboy, hey, oh my, oh wait. Mama, ah, holy holy my. Let's go traveling. Ani a bonga, si a bonga. Sonny bonani, sonny bonani non ke, naka one che, si come, como ile, ale.
mi sotra, rai ru, mi sotra. Ça l'est bon, ça l'est bien, ça l'est bon, ça l'est bien syncopé. That is good, that is well, that is good, that is well syncopated. Anakapuana, eh mamo, eh huli ho imai, huli ho imai. Thank you. Thanks very much.
The fabulous Mr. Bob Brozman. For those of you who are watching at home, just tuning in, this is Bob Brozman with us here tonight in Arden's Garden, and you can find him on the internet at bobbrosman.com. We're going to take a couple questions from the audience. If you have a question, please raise your hand, and I'll come over to you with the mic.
I was just wondering, how many guitars do you have in all? Like, total, different guitars?
You're looking at it. This is what I have with me right now.
No, but, I mean...
Well, as I like to say, it's not the car, it's the driver. It's not what you have, it's what you do with it. So, you know, it's a funny world we live in, because I know guitar collectors with individual guys who can hardly play, who have 500 guitars. And I'm also working with a gentleman in the country of Rwanda who's working with 500 street orphans, and he's got one guitar to teach 500 kids, which is why I've started something called the Global Music Aid Foundation, for the purpose of getting surplus instruments from the West into countries where I'm working, where they're very much needed. You can, yeah.
Yeah, question back here.
You've traveled the world, and we hear you sing in many languages. How many languages do you speak, other than the obvious?
Well, you know, I gotta say this. Americans are known for not having a second language. It's a little scary having a guy in the White House who doesn't have a first language. Yeah, I'm sorry. It must be said. Freedom of speech and all that. Anyway, up about 15 years ago, I only spoke English, and I started traveling and just started asking questions, being curious and remembering. And now I can have a pretty decent conversation in about 4 or 5 languages, and I know useful phrases in about 30. Languages are like music. You do the same 2 things to learn it. You imitate and you look for the patterns. And basically, if you were a linguist from another planet, you'd quickly conclude that all human beings essentially speak different dialects of one language.
Anyone else? I'm sorry, over here, okay.
Are those all National Steel guitars?
Actually, the original ones were made from the 1920s up until World War II, and I knew the inventor, wound up writing a book about the history of these instruments. And I've since gotten involved with some people making them again. So since about 1989, they're being made again after a 40-odd year absence. So these are new ones within the last few years. And I have old ones, I have new ones. I tend to travel with the new ones as, well, for a couple of reasons. For one, the new ones tend to be more in tune. And secondly, since January '03, every piece of luggage in every flight in the USA is opened up for inspection, and so that's putting a lot of risk to my instruments.
Down in Santa Barbara, is that where they're manufacturing?
San Luis Obispo,
San Luis Obispo.
Nationalguitars.com.
Nationalguitars.com. Anyone else?
And actually, they're lovely people. You would enjoy having them at your home for dinner.
I see a question back here.
Hi, Bob. You look great, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, the baritone guitar, you mentioned its tuning, but you didn't say what the tuning was.
It's just 3 frets down from any tuning you wish. So from normal pitch, it's just like having a step and a half lower. So if I'm in an open G type tuning, it sounds in E.
I guess that was my question, is what's the open tuning that it's in?
In this case, in fact, I'll retune it right now while we're talking because I've got a different song for it. So this is the open G analog, but it sounds in E. And then I'm going to do an open D analog, which will sound in B. But are we on the air or off the air right now?
We are on the air.
Okay, so I can't give you some medical information about this frequency, but let's see, how can I say? Well, I observe cultures throughout the world, and young guitar dudes think that women want to hear this frequency up here somewhere. They don't. That's the female frequency, 63 hertz. Ask any woman. I've observed it over and over again just by watching. And I'm a happily married man. I'm just interested in human culture and human reaction. Exactly.
Let's bring down the house lights and go back into the music. Mr. Bob Brozman.
All right, well, before we start the music, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to help the folks at home. We're all going to do a little neurological preparation that will help you and the folks at home appreciate the song which follows, because 3 is the new 2. So you might have heard me saying earlier 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. We're going to do all that together. By the standards of Indian music, my musical level would be something like a 7 or 8-year-old child, maybe. We're going to do what the 3-year-olds do. So if you would just tap your hands quite lightly with just a couple of fingers, and we're going to just make a ein kleines Papa, and then we're going to just do the numbers together. So shout out loud after I do, so the folks at home can hear you. And here we go, something like this. Tock, tock, tock. I'll get a little rhythm going on this box. And we'll do the numbers. I'll do them first. There'll be a little pause, and then you'll do them. They're all adding up to 12. Here we go. 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Now you're gonna try it. And 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Now 2. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1. And you. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1. Now 3. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1. Come on. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1. And 4. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1. Come on. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1. Now just work on your brain chemistry a little bit. Up, 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 and let's do those numbers one more time, all of them. 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. And 2. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1. And 3. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1. And 4. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1. Very good. And now you're ready for the next song. Exactly. Exactly. It's good for your health. So, I brought my own map with me. This next song comes from a little place. It's an invisible dot east of Madagascar. I don't know which camera is looking at it, but here we go. It's a place called Reunion Island. It's where African rhythm and East Indian rhythm meet in the only place in the world, and they meet under French colonialism. So it's a very interesting mix of food and music. And this is a song that attempts to draw a weak poetical metaphor between agriculture and sex. However, it's being sung in French Creole, so no worries there. And French Creole is what's spoken there. It's a dialect of French, but it's my social responsibility to remind you that functionally the only difference between a language and a dialect is a language has a bigger army. I don't have the answers, folks, but I got a lot of questions. So here we go. If it never swung, it would sound something like this. It's quite lifelike, really. But down in the southern hemisphere, it tends to swing like this. Tu connais Gruyère et tu connais même la cadère. Et que la brouille à terre, qu'on ça la fait. Non, non, tu connais pas vraiment ton ponga. La mandose, c'est ça. Tu peux marcher sur ta goutte. Bon, c'est greffe un petit magot, qu'on ça la fait. Et t'as payé mon carotte. Non, non, tu connais pas vraiment ton pongo. La mandose, c'est ça. Si badai badam pam pam pati tam pam pam tam padi da di da dam pam 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 padi da di da dam pam pam patri da da patri pi pa sa ba di chérie. Tu connais Gruyère et tu connais même la cadère et la brouille à terre. Non, non, tu connais pas vraiment ton pongo. La mandose, c'est ça. Ça va da di da da la mandose. Somebody bang, somebody bang, somebody day, somebody do la mandose. Can you make the bed spring wrong? Oh, chérie, la mandose, c'est ça. Somebody ding a somebody ding a baby, Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we enter the high-risk portion of the evening. I've been playing these instruments most of my life. I kind of know what I'm doing with them. I've had this Chaturangi, which is a 22-string Indian slide guitar from Calcutta. I've had it less than a year. It takes a minimum of 40 years, 12 hours a day to even get competent at it, so anybody that tells you they're good at one of these is lying. But of course we are on television, and everything that's on television is true, isn't it? So bear with me, a minute of tuning. So I'm just going to do a little child's play on here, a little improvisation, just try and bathe you in musical tones here. And just to show you that live music is really live. I have no idea exactly what I'm going to do here, but you know, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much room. Thank you. Thank you. Well, as far as I can tell, in almost any language, all songs are either about love or death. And in the middle, of course, is happy birthday to you. So now we're going to venture over to each side briefly. Well, it's not my birthday. Is it your birthday? Okay, then. Well, I'm not much of a songwriter. I'm kind of a music composer and adapter and improviser. But every once in a while, every decade or so, something comes up. Well, I turned 50, and boy, you sure get philosophical. If at least people younger than 50 think you're being philosophical. People older than 50 think you're just an idiot. But so, first song I ever wrote past the age of 50. And this is in the style of Tommy Johnson, not as well known as Robert Johnson. His marketing people weren't as savvy. Wait a minute, they didn't have marketing people back then. So nothing flashy here, just some old style guitar playing. Come creeping, Lord, across the land. I'm crying, death come creeping, Lord, all across the land. Sometime I wonder, Lord, I wonder, Mama, what will be my end? Lord, I wonder, Mama, what will be my end? Lord, I wonder, Mama, I wonder, what will be my end? Lord, when I'm gone, who gonna take care of all my family and my friends? When I'm gone, who gonna take care of my family and my friends? I see hard times in America. So many people are drifting from door to door. I see so many hard times. Oh, people are drifting from door to door. Sometime I wonder, Lord, I wonder, does anyone in this world know where they're gone? I was up this morning, death creeping on my mind. I was up this morning like I'm up almost every morning, Mama, with death creeping all on my mind. Seems like a mean old world. That's why every day I get up and try to be kind.
It's a mean old world. Oh, mama, man, I try to be kind. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go over to the love side of things. Now, I hope I don't get in trouble for saying this, but I think it's okay to speak French. You know, I don't really want to freedom kiss my wife. Freedom fries indeed. Right, so now there are a lot of sounds that exist in the public unconscious. You know, for example, it's this one. Everyone knows this. Of course you know that one. And you know the sad one. And, of course, the mysterious or poignant one. And then there's this little melody. Everybody knows that in the back of their head, you know, and but the lyrics sort of sound like so what's it all about? Well, I'm in a deal-making mood, so the deal is you let me play it in 3, which is the new 2, for a little while, and then I'll flip it back into 2 and translate it for you, okay? So, let's see. Just doing my part to promote international harmony and understanding. Quand il me prend dans tes bras, il me parle du bas, je vois la viande rose. Tu me dis des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur, une part des bonheurs dont je connais la cause. C'est toi pour moi, moi pour toi dans la vie. Tu me l'as dit, là j'irai pour la vie. Et dès que je t'aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat. This is not the translation yet. Et dès que je t'aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat. I think that guy's talking kind of funny, don't you? I don't know about that. Here we go. Oh, when you take me in your arms, and honey, you speak so soft and low, I see my life in shades of rose, and you tell me all those loving words, words of all our days together. Well, honey, it sure does something for me. I can feel it in my heart, a little piece of happiness. Mama, I know the reason why. It's me for you, and you for me, for all of our days. You told me, you swore yourself to me for always, and as I see you, my love, right now I feel in me all the rhythm of my heart. Et dès que je t'aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat. Thank you, vachement merci. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got time for one more here. So again, I'm going to go over to the Risk Zone. This is one of the few gigs I ever play with that I can actually drive an automobile and get to. Normally, I'm very far in the airplane and can't quite take all this with me, though I'm working it out. So this is the other one. This only has 14 strings. Not nearly as elaborate. Big, though. I want to go over with the Hummer crowd. Have you heard they're making a Hummer perfume? What does that smell like? Gasoline and sweat? I don't know, man. Damn. Woo! I feel so liberated being able to speak freely among you people tonight.
And man, I got to take my glasses off to play this thing. Can't see it. Okay, so just a little bit of further improvisation. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure and an honor to play for you. I'm happy to be alive every day and happy to be playing music. Thank you.